Oh, this is great. Oh, hello. Welcome to Studio Classroom on the air. Your English will improve today. My name is Gabe. Do you like watching YouTube videos? I do. I was just doing that. Sometimes I get carried away. In other words, I watch one after another. It can be addicting. Well, last year I wrote an article for Studio Classroom called The YouTuber in You, in which I suggested that if you're a person who likes to influence other people, perhaps you could consider becoming a YouTuber. Well, today our lesson is called Becoming a YouTuber. It's going to give us a little more detail about what's involved if you want to go down the YouTuber path. If it's something that you've considered but haven't yet started to do, one question you could ask yourself before we get started is, what are your motives? What are your motives? Let's take a closer look at what that means in our lesson.
Becoming a YouTuber. What it's like to make internet videos. Imagine a job that lets you work from anywhere, choose the projects you take on, and gather fans and money. This is the life of any well-known YouTube star, and it's a lifestyle that many people want to emulate. But if you want to grow a successful YouTube channel, there are some things you should know. Finding motivation. Ask yourself why you want to be a YouTuber, also known as a YouTube creator. If your main goal is just to become famous or make money, you'll have a rough time.
Okay, as we get into this lesson, Becoming a YouTuber, I got a question for Rebecca.
And I'm ready.
Excellent. Do you follow anybody on YouTube, or do you like to watch what kind of YouTube videos do you like to watch?
That's a really good question. I actually really like watching those cooking YouTube videos. Some of them are rather interesting, but I also enjoy watching my brother's YouTube videos. He is trying to become a YouTuber. He does a lot of really crazy things like biking along cliffs and climbing up rock crevices.
That's so cool.
It is actually really cool, and then he makes videos of them and posts them online. I'm one of his followers.
Oh, nice. How can I find him? Is his channel called Chris Brittingham or something?
Yeah, something like that. I can help you find it later.
Nice. Excellent. I have a few subscriptions to different YouTubers. I like to follow different drummers. There's this guy named Mike Winger who talks a lot about the Bible and what Christians believe in a very clear way. I recommend it to anybody. But what about you, friends? Who do you follow on YouTube, or what YouTubers do you follow? Our lesson is Becoming a YouTuber.
What it's like to make internet videos. We read, imagine a job that lets you work from anywhere, choose the projects you take on, and gather fans and money. This sounds like the perfect job, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, for a lot of people, this really appeals to them. Okay, yeah, exactly. You can work from anywhere. You don't have to be at an office from 9 to 5. You can just kind of do whatever you want on your own schedule. And our lesson says you can choose projects and take on your own projects, okay? Let's take a look at that phrase, to take on something. This means to accept some work or responsibility.
For example, when I was younger, many years ago, I used to teach piano lessons. And after I reached the number of students that I could teach in a week, I would tell students who wanted to take lessons, I'm sorry, but right now I can't take on any more students.
That's a great example, a great way, a very common way that we use this phrase. I can't take on any more students, or I can't take on any more responsibilities right now. So maybe you want to take on some of these kinds of projects. You can gather fans and money. We read on, this is the life of any well-known YouTube star, and it's a lifestyle that many people want to emulate. In other words, a lot of people want to copy or imitate that lifestyle.
But of course, this lifestyle isn't for everyone, right? Our lesson says, but if you want to grow a successful YouTube channel, there are some things you should know.
And there are many successful YouTube channels, right? You know, one that we started just a little over a year ago here at Studio Classroom is 好想讲英文. And friends, if you haven't had a chance to check that out yet, don't do it right now. We need to pay attention to our lesson. But after we're done, go check out 好想讲英文, our Studio Classroom's YouTube channel.
Well, we read here, finding motivation. Now, of course, if you're trying to make a video, you have to have motivation. And this just reminds me, like, what is your motive for doing something?
I know, that's a great question. That's kind of the question that we're asking here. What's your motive? In other words, why are you doing what you do? We read, ask yourself why you want to be a YouTuber, also known as a YouTube creator. If your main goal is just to become famous or make money, you'll have a rough time. And I think I agree with that statement. But friends, let's take a look at this phrase at the end of this sentence. To have a adjective, time. Okay? This means that it will be a adjective experience for you.
Exactly. For example, sometimes when people first go to college, they actually have a hard time because they have to adjust to a new environment, to a new place, to new classes, and it can be rather difficult.
That's right. They might have a hard time or difficult time. Now, of course, you can use positive terms here too, like I had a great time at the party the other night. So think of another way to use that phrase because there are so many possibilities. Rebecca, are you living the high life right now?
Living the high? You know, Gabe, I think we have to learn more about that phrase in the Info Cloud.
Hello and welcome to Info Cloud. Have you ever wondered what it was like to be famous, living the high life wherever you go?
When Joe talks about living the high life, he means living life extravagantly or living a life of luxury.
Famous people often stay at the best hotels, eat at the best restaurants, drive expensive cars, and go to fancy parties.
It might sound like people who can live the high life are living the dream. That is, living a perfect, fantastic life.
Rex brings up a good point. Living the life, or living the high life, isn't the same as living the dream. The high life has more to do with things.
Living the dream is more about what you are doing with your life or with your career. It can do with success, but it also means loving your job.
Sometimes when I post pictures on social media about my life here in Taipei, my friends from the US will leave comments that say, "Looks like you are living the dream."
So that doesn't mean that Joe is enjoying a lot of expensive things. It means that he has a great life through living abroad and teaching English.
Well, teaching traditionally doesn't allow people to afford the high life, but I really do feel like I am living the dream.
Welcome back to Studio Classroom. Today we're talking about becoming a YouTuber. Have you considered becoming a YouTuber yourself? Do you know everything that is involved in becoming a YouTuber? It's not as easy as you might think. And if your goal is just to become famous or make money, our lesson says you're going to have a rough time. Well, what else is involved in becoming a YouTuber? Let's find out.
Becoming a YouTuber. It takes a long time to acquire enough subscribers to make significant money on advertisements. Plus, viewers will notice if you're only in it for fame or wealth, and this will make them reluctant to spend time watching your videos. It's better to pick a topic for your videos that you're genuinely excited about. That will give you the sort of energy that viewers are looking for, and it'll be more fun for you. To succeed at YouTube, as in many other areas of life, you need to think about others. So give your viewers something that will benefit them. As your videos entertain or instruct people, more and more of them will visit your channel, and you will reap the benefits.
Friends, let's continue learning about what's involved in making a YouTube video or becoming a YouTuber. So you don't want to just do it for the wealth or for the fame. If you do that, you're going to have a rough time, especially at the beginning.
That's right. Well, our lesson does say it takes a long time to acquire enough subscribers to make significant money on advertisements. Plus, viewers will notice if you're only in it for fame or wealth. Now let's pause there for just a moment and take a look at this phrase.
Okay, the phrase is to be in it for something. You know what those words mean separately, in, it, and for, but together, what does that mean? To be in it, this is a fun kind of a slang phrase that means to be doing it for that purpose.
Exactly. For example, as teachers here at Studio Classroom, if we're only in it for the money, I feel like it would be rather pointless because there's more to teaching than just getting a salary.
Right, exactly, and that's a great point. And that makes me think of the jobs that people take anywhere, right? What are you in it for? Do you just want to make money? Or perhaps are you choosing a job because you have a certain calling or feel a certain mission for something? There are many different reasons to take on a job, right? So what are you in it for? Our lesson says if you're in it for fame or wealth only, your viewers will notice and they probably won't want to keep watching your videos.
That's right. Well, it's better to pick a topic for your videos that you are genuinely excited about. So choose topics that you love, that you're passionate about, because your viewers will be able to tell.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. So Rebecca, if you were to create a YouTube channel, I mean, what kinds of things are you passionate about? What kinds of videos would you make? For me, I do really enjoy teaching, and so perhaps it would be like an English teaching video of some kind, or talking about the Bible and God and what we really believe as Christians. I love to play drums as well, so I might teach different drum styles or grooves. So what about you, Rebecca? What's something that you're passionate about?
Now, that's a great question. I actually have a lot of different passions. I love the great outdoors. I love traveling. I love hiking. I love anything that involves nature. So maybe a YouTube video that kind of incorporated a little bit of that. I love cats, especially my cat. She would make some great YouTube videos.
I think you're right about that. That's something you could consider, Rebecca. I think people might be interested in seeing your experience in Taipei. It's not your own country, but out in nature and just kind of exploring what is here. Anyway, friends, what about you? What are you genuinely excited about? If you want to create a YouTube channel, go in that direction, okay? That will give you the sort of energy that viewers are looking for, we read, and it'll be more fun for you.
To succeed at YouTube, as in many other areas of life, you need to think about others. So give your viewers something that will benefit them. And the last line reads, as your videos entertain or instruct people, more and more of them will visit your channel and you will reap the benefits.
And Michelle did talk about that word reap, but we want to talk about a phrase that's not in our lesson, and that is a very common or well-known phrase, you reap what you sow, okay? That means the effort that you put into something, you're going to get something back from that.
That's right. Now, sometimes it can be rather challenging to put a lot of effort into something, but it definitely will be rewarding. But speaking of challenging, right now it's time for our very own SC Challenge.
All right, friends, for today's SC Challenge, we have a dynamic duo back in the studio with us. Please introduce yourselves.
Hey everyone, I'm Pauline. Always glad to be here, especially if I get a chance to beat my husband at a game.
Hello everyone, this is Josh. I'm also glad to be here with such a worthy opponent because it makes me feel better when I win.
All right, well, we'll see who wins today. Perhaps it'll be a tie, I don't know. But friends, you try your best as well. We have 3 questions for you from our lesson, Becoming a YouTuber. The first one is a closest match. So you're going to fill in the blank, but you won't have any options. Okay, so let's see how you do. If your main goal for making YouTube videos is just to become famous or make money, you'll have a blank time. Yes, Josh?
You'll have a difficult time.
Oh, difficult. Pauline?
I was going to say the same thing,
Oh, yeah?
but how about fun?
Fun. You know, both of those could work grammatically. However, Josh is closer to the correct answer. Josh, you get 1 point. The real word was rough, okay? So don't just be in it for the fame or for the money, because you might have a rough time. It's a good thing that Josh is not just in this game for the money or the fame. And Pauline, you too. Right. Okay.
I'm in it to win.
Exactly. You're in it to win. Okay. That's great. Here's number 2. It's a multiple choice. Many people want to blank the lifestyle of a YouTuber. A, gather. B, emulate. C, acquire. D, succeed. Yes, Pauline.
Emulate them?
You were very fast and very certain and confident that emulate is the correct answer, and you would be correct. It is B, emulate. Yes, many people want to emulate the lifestyle of a YouTuber. Well, it's 1-1 right now. That means it's game point. Here we go. Number 3, guess the word that I'm describing. Okay? This is a little hint to you viewers and listeners out there. It appears twice in our lesson. Okay, so here's a description. It's an advantage from something. All right? It's a pro, not a con. Does anybody have a guess so far?
A benefit?
Why are you so fast? Josh, do you have another guess?
I would say a perk.
A perk? A perk is a benefit. A benefit is a perk. And the word used in our lesson is the word benefit. Nice job, Pauline. But great job, both of you. Pauline is today's winner. Friends, I'm sure you got all those answers correct as well. We'll see you next time for another SC Challenge. Well, friends, make sure that you reread today's lesson with your newfound appreciation for those interesting words and phrases that we talked about. And if you want to become a YouTuber, remember to ask yourself that question. What are my motives? Am I just in it for the fame or the wealth? Remember to create something that you're genuinely excited about. And remember to come back next time right here to Studio Classroom.